Hello folks, and welcome to a brand new video by me, TacticalMax7 on YouTube. Today I'm looking at my post-patch preferred formation, and yes, as you can see on screen, unfortunately we are back in the 4-2-1-3. Now I was never a big user of this in FC25, just never really got on with it, but at the moment in FC26, the way the game's gone, I'm unfortunately using this. I hopefully won't be using it for a long time. But at the moment, I'm thinking this is how you can play in a way that's going to mean a nice balance between your defensive side and your attacking side. Division rival rewards were quite good for me, so my team's changed a bit. Got Dembele and Yamal. Obviously packed Yamal after Technical Plus got nerfed to the ground. Obviously, that's just what EA do for me. But we've got him. We've picked up Bonmati. Super cheap, and then we went away and we got Mendes and Hakimi just to complete my back line. And we picked up Busquets because why not? Tiki-taka is really strong. So yeah, we are using this formation in a way that allows us to drive the ball forward quickly. Again, we're going with a counter build-up style, and I'll show you that because it's just, for me, super effective. If you're very good at player triggers, then obviously go balanced. We've dropped our line height down to 55. I was playing a bit with extreme, and extreme does have a place. I just think if you want to be super competitive, which this is what this is designed for, is what I feel the meta is, you want to have it, it just suits me 55. If you're better being on the front foot, then by all means throw this up to 70. Play about with it, see what you like. Same with this. If you're good at player triggers, I would actually go short passing. I think short passing is probably the best for some people. Counter is the best for other people. In player rules, we have inside forwards and balanced on both our wingers. We don't have roaming, just because I don't feel it's as good this year as it was last year. Advanced forward and attack on our striker. Our cam is at shadow striker. That again is my personal preference. You can play playmaker. A lot of people prefer playmaker. I like shadow striker because I'm not someone that automatically just as soon as he gets the ball throws the ball into their cam. I actually quite like building up through my CDMs and then into my shadow striker who's acting like a second striker. Both our CDMs are on playmaker and defend. We don't have holding on this one. You can put one onto holding if you want, but I prefer deep line playmaker and defend. Fullbacks are on fullback and defend. They can be balanced again if you like your fullbacks to get forward. And then we've got both our defenders on defender and defend, and our goalkeeper is on goalkeeper and defend. Goalkeeper, you can just do whatever you want, like super keeper, ball playing defender. Completely up to you. The big thing I would say with this tactic, when we see it with the ball, we are leaving our CDMs back. Now, what I would suggest is if you don't like building up with them, or if you don't like triggering them, put one of them to box crasher. Balanced. Box crasher. Now, what that will do is that just automatically does that L1 trigger. You have no control over it. They will just L1 trigger up the park. And they'll do it quite quickly as you get the ball up. As soon as you've got the ball near the box, they kind of AI trigger and go. I really like this, and if you've got someone with the roll plus, I would just leave this on. I think that's a really good way of playing it. Also, if you have, like, you can play one of these on wingback. You can actually have them on wing. You can actually have them on attacking wingback if you really want, because your two inside forwards are going to go inside, and you've got two CDMs sitting there. Feel free to put one of these on wingback. I just like triggering them myself, and that's why I leave them on fullback and defend, because if I don't want to trigger them because someone's like really heavily pressing me, I can just leave that defense in that shape and I don't have to worry about it. Whereas if you've got them on like attacking wingback, then there are points that they're going to push forward and you don't have any control over that. The same with, well, not the same with box crasher. Box crasher gets forward at a trigger point. The only problem is this: if that box crasher is making the run and you lose the ball in that moment when they've gone past the position of the ball, you then leave a gap that Busquets is on their own kind of covering. So just be aware of that, although the AI does drag them back really quickly. So a few things I would mention, because this is the first video I've done since I did my patch reaction, is I fully expect R1 dribbling to get a boost at some point this week, soon. I think that EA have acknowledged that they went with certain opinions, and perhaps those opinions weren't indicative of the whole community. I think a lot of people confused R1 dribbling and left stick dribbling. And the fidget spinning stuff, that's all left stick. That's not going to change. You're going to leave that like that. That's something they've been working on. Responsive left stick is something we want in the game. What we don't want in the game is McGeady cancel spinning and R1 dribbling from their own box to your box without being able to be touched. Those are the things that we want stopped. So I think if they revert back the R1 dribbling, or say they reverted back the R1 dribbling, and they dropped it down maybe, I don't know, maybe halfway between where it is now and where it was then, and then said that that was the base style for everyone, or the base for everyone, and then they boosted it by 10% for silver playstyles, and then boosted it by 25% for gold playstyles. I personally think that would be a really nice compromise, and I think we'd all be quite happy with that. I think that would really allow us to play in multiple different ways, because ideally what we want is we want to be able to attack in multiple ways and defend securely. Now with the jockey speed, we can defend probably too securely now, so they might need to drop jockey speed down 5% or something. But the big thing I think they need to do with defending, and leave in comments if you have any opinion on this, but when players are grabbing their CDMs and only controlling their CDMs, which is the most meta way to defend at the moment, I do not think that concept of the player controlled player in game that EA had, they allowed that player to not lose stamina while they're being controlled. I think the idea for that was the centre back that you were controlling. But I think if that, and I don't know if this is actually happening or not, someone can hopefully tell me, if that concept is happening on the CDMs, then I completely understand why people are just holding a CDM and running across the pitch back and forward and back and forward. And no matter how many times you switch the play, they will only select that CDM. I would completely understand why, because they're not losing stamina, they're not losing pace, they're not losing speed, they're allowing the AI to control all the important players in the defensive line, keeping that defensive line straight. Completely understand it. I would say that needs a proper nerf, or properly looked at in how the implementation of that concept is, because at the moment, if what I think is happening, not good. Also, don't be fooled and drawn into the game breaking mechanics that are kind of going on at the moment. There's two big things I've seen in the last couple of days that if everybody used would just be a nightmare, and it wouldn't be fun. We'd be doing the broken mechanics. And the way I always try and describe it to my friends, I've never said this on YouTube before, but the way I always try and describe broken mechanics within EAFC now is, if anybody played, and I'm going to go back a good few years now, if anybody played on the Mega Drive, yes, I know, if anyone played on the Mega Drive, International, or 96 or anything like that, yes, showing my age, if you played on any of those, you will know that if you ran to the edge of the box on the diagonal at the right hand side of the screen, because the pitch went on a 45-degree angle up the screen, if you ran there and then full powered your shot, the goalkeeper wouldn't be able to save it. The animation didn't allow them to cover a certain part of the goal, and it was a goal every time. I remember my friend and I sitting playing, yeah, I know, before internet, playing this game, and just both of us running to the same point on the pitch to score a goal all the time. And I would hate for that to get to the game to get to that stage again, which it does feel it is a little bit. So please ignore these stupid broken mechanics. If people do them against you, okay, fine, do it, but don't be the first one to do it, because that makes you the bad guy in that. Anywho, I've got a couple of hospital appointments this week, so I won't be on much. I'll try and get some gameplay of this out to you guys, and if EA patch anything, I will let you know my thoughts on X, and I will try and get a video out for that too. But this is the tactic I'm using. Hopefully you like it. Give it a go, and hopefully you get on well with it. So like, subscribe, and comment, because you guys are amazing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.